developers are building the product, in parallel with the developers, and we can help the developers do this too, to ask these questions. As we are preparing to get ready for deep testing, where we're looking for rare, hidden, subtle, intermittent, emergent problems that aren't necessarily there in any of the components, but happen when those components come together and start talking to each other. We're getting the big picture view of that, and we're taking the human view of it. So, 5 questions with 2 modifiers. Number 1, what are we building? If we're helping our clients to ask that question, focus on answers to that question, then we're being helpful. Who are we building it for? We're always building it for people. Who are the people we're building it for? What do they want? What do they want from the product or the service or the system or the API that we're building? Everybody around the table is asking those questions. But this is where the testers come in. The testers ask, what could go wrong? That's a question that nobody else on the project is focused on as their primary responsibility. That's what we do. We ask, what could go wrong? And then we ask the testability question. How will we know? What are we building? Who are we building it for? What do they want from it? What could go wrong? How would we know? And then, if we want to supercharge that, we continue to ask those questions in ways that only the testers are primarily focused on. What else are we building? If we want to go from A to F, sometimes we've got to build B, C, D, and E along the way. Let's not forget about that. Let's not forget about the things that we might need to build. Help our clients remember that. Who else are we building it for? Because the customer, is usually how they answer the question the first time, but there's never just one. So we got to ask ourselves, who else are we building this thing for? And we're not just building it for the users of the product, we're building it for the support people, we're building it for the database administrators, and we're building it for the ops people, and we're building it for the managers of the people that we're building the product for. We're building it for society. What else do they want? They don't just want a single quality criterion. They don't just want capability. They want reliability and usability and security and scalability and performance and installability and compatibility. And we're building it for each other too, around us. Supportability, testability, maintainability, portability, and localizability. What else do they want from it? What else could go wrong? We got a set of ideas in our mind about what could go wrong. What else could go wrong? How else would we know if something could go wrong? We don't just want there to be only one way to find out about it. We need to build testability into our product. Many different kinds of testability, log files, scriptable interfaces, debugging interfaces. How else would we know? And then, we go around one more time. What are we not building? Like, what are we forgetting to build? What do we want to avoid building? We want to avoid building security holes. We want to avoid building data loss. Because every time we invent something, we invent its opposite at the same time. Every time we invent data storage, we also invent data loss. Every time we invent ships, we also invent shipwrecks. That's an idea that I would love to give credit to its original author. I got it from Kara Swisher. Who are we not building it for? Maybe we're forgetting people with disabilities. Maybe we're forgetting people of different cultures and ethnicities, different monetary systems. And we're not building it for hackers, I hope. We're not building it for privacy thieves. We're not building it for people who are going to weaponize the products that we're building and use it maliciously on other people. What do they not want? What do they not want? What do people not want from the product? Because that's a risk-focused question too. Finally, what could not go wrong? That's a funny one, isn't it? Because you sit around the table and you ask, what could not go wrong? And somebody confidently asserts, no, that couldn't happen. And the tester says, but maybe. And how would we not know? What things are, as Keith put it yesterday, what things are putting mud on our headlights and mud on the windshield, such that we wouldn't know about a problem? So, I don't know. I think that's what we're doing here. We're here to answer two fundamental questions. Is there a problem here? And to our clients, we're also asking, are you okay with all this? They get to answer that question. And we get to feed them a supply of problems that, along with our description of the product, also prompts them to ask what else could go wrong. And how would we know? Because here's why we do it. This is why we're here, I think. We're here because finding problems is the first step towards making things better. Things aren't going to be, there's lots of people who say, I want to prevent problems. How are you going to know you've prevented problems unless you've tested? I love finding problems, as Tina's talked to us about the other day. I love finding problems because when I find a problem, somebody can do something about it. And it's not going to get inflicted on me or on you and on our customers. That is what we are doing here. So, thank you very much. Go out and find problems so people can make better stuff. Thank you.